In 1983, the Dubai government recruited Irish airport operator Airrienta to set up a new duty-free retail operation at Dubai International Airport, then a small transit hub in an underdeveloped and almost unknown emirate. On December 20th, 1983, the new entity began trading. Remarkably, some 44 of the original 100 management and staff are still with the organisation. Over the ensuing 3 decades, the retailer would grow from tiny beginnings to a world leader. From sales of just $20 million in its first full year, it will reach a projected $1.8 billion in 2013, making it far and away the world's biggest travel retailer at a single airport. But this film is not just about a retailer. It's also the story of a government's far-sighted vision, of a pioneering and hugely successful marketing force for an emerging and now world-famous emirate. It's about an organisation committed to corporate social responsibility long before the term became popularised. It's about an unrivaled sense of caring about staff, something that has focused a profound sense of family within the organisation that underpins its every success. This is the story of Dubai Duty Free.
I remember the old Dubai Duty Free when it used to be just few scattered shops around the airport, and to see where it got to today. I think a lot of people now know Dubai International Airport through the Dubai Duty Free.
I often pinch myself and say what a lovely opportunity it was. I often pinch myself and say how lucky we have been. And I'm thrilled with the 30-year success of Dubai Duty Free and all the stuff we have done. I think it's an opportunity that would rarely come in your life, and I was pleased, on reflection, always that I grabbed it.
Dubai Duty Free may have been going for 3 decades, but the global duty-free industry actually started nearly 70 years ago at Shannon Airport on the west coast of Ireland, under the stewardship of the pioneering Dr. Brendan O'Regan. It was at Shannon Airport, coincidentally, that Colin McLaughlin began his duty-free career. Duty-free may have had humble beginnings, generating sales, on a good day, of around £5 at that first Shannon kiosk. But it wasn't long before Dr. O'Regan's great idea began to grow wings. Over the next 4 decades, the duty-free business blossomed, becoming a vast global industry and an international showcase for the world's most famous brands. Then, in 1983, came a series of events that would transform the duty-free world forever. Back then, Dubai was a tiny emirate. Its airport was small and overcrowded, with a series of kiosk-like shops hardly befitting an international hub. Thanks to Dubai Duty Free, that was all about to change.
Duty free was a new business for us. So I made a research through some of the English people that I had there. The answer I got is, you got to go to Ireland. The discussions were very welcomed by the Shannon Airport authorities, and they gave us 12 people, I remember 12 or 13, and as a secondment for 6 months to come and do a research and to help us on the marketing and merchandising, the duty free. And one of them was Colin McLaughlin.
You know, in 1983, all the things we see now, you know, there was no Burj Khalifa, there was no Burj Al Arab, there was no Emirates Airlines, there was no Pan Jumeirah, there was no Nakheel, there was no Emaar. There were 3 or 4 hotels scattered around the place, probably a couple of thousand hotel bedrooms. Now there's 80,000. There was about 200,000 people living in Dubai. There's now 2 million. Our first full year, there were 3 million passengers using the airport. This year, there will be 66 million.
Colin McLaughlin was joined in those early days by executives such as John Sutcliffe and George Horan, who has been with Dubai Duty Free since the beginning, culminating in his promotion to president in 2011. He too remembers a startlingly different environment from that which he and his family were familiar with in Ireland.
I found, my God, this is a strange place for it to be so hot in October, not realising that it's hot here all the time anyway, and gets hotter in summertime. But I think the excitement of landing in Dubai was kind of overshadowed everything else, really. There were many challenges, domestic challenges, shall I say, whereas the excitement of the job was enormous at the airport. We seemed to be able to get so much done so quickly. Yeah, well, Dubai airport itself was a very, very small place, really, in the middle of the desert at the time. It didn't look to have any big future attached to it, really, when we came. There was very little systems in place. We didn't realise at the time the plans that the airport director at the time, Mr. Ben Hindi, had to enhance the level of service and the total feeling of Dubai airport. The pricing was very competitive here. There was a lot of competition within the duty-free operation itself and a franchising system, but there was no emphasis on service or quality of service or after-sales service.
In 1984, the retailer's first full year of trading, Dubai Duty Free generated sales of $20 million. By 2004, they'd climbed to $500 million, and incredibly, that figure more than doubled within just 4 years to $1.1 billion. This year, as Dubai Duty Free turns 30, it expects to turn in year-end sales of an amazing $1.8 billion, an incredible culmination to an incredible 3-decade journey. Could Colin McLaughlin, the man who has helped drive that extraordinary success, ever have imagined back in 1983 how that fledgling business would turn out?
I never had any doubt that it would be successful because we were doing it in a new way, and I knew the attitude of Dubai to build the traffic at the airport. I was always recognizing the support I got from my own boss, E-Zine Sheikh Ahmed, who's been a superstar in Dubai's growth and in the airport growth. If I was asked honestly, did I think it would be the biggest operation in the world, I didn't really think that, no.
Of course, the key success, I must say, first of all, it's Dubai and what has happened here at Dubai International Airport also. Also, we have to think about the excellent management that we have today in place, experienced people, the top management still from day one.
When we opened in 1983, like the Iranians were our biggest customers, and they would come and buy bananas, they would come and buy Iranian field jackets, they would buy Apple. Egyptians, they would come and buy Red Label tea. So if you look at the transition from buying that and now going into all these luxury brands, I mean, it's an amazing story.
Well, the company's grown from very small and humble beginnings 30 years ago to being a real retail powerhouse. Clearly, it's the single biggest duty-free operator for an individual airport in the world, and that's some achievement, given that, you know, over much of the years its passenger numbers haven't matched that of its bigger rivals.
And my first visit was to Porto Cabins, which was set up by Colin and his team. And being in the watch business, I was actually asked to sort of guide and do the connect with local suppliers and Dubai Duty Free. So I was a kind of arbitrage cum supplier those days. So it's a long relationship, I think, well over the formation, so to speak, so well over 30 years. From a travel retail perspective, I think Dubai Duty Free sets the standards, sets the pace, and everybody in the region and globally looks up to them to sort of follow the ideology to make it successful.
I remember talking to Colin a number of years ago, and we were at Cannes at the travel retail exhibition in Europe. And he smiled at me and he said, "Do you know, back in the 80s we used to go around and we used to leave brochures on major brand owners' booths in order to educate them and explain to them a little bit about who we are and what we did." And he said most of them probably at the time didn't really know where Dubai was. Now, I don't think there's a single brand owner anywhere in the world that doesn't want their brands available in Dubai Duty Free and activated in front of consumers and passengers. It's phenomenal.
We've had
a combined annual growth rate of more than 20% in Dubai Duty Free. And that has created a situation where Dubai Duty Free has become the biggest single outlet in the world for the sale of Jack Daniels. We've considered Dubai itself to be important and Dubai Duty Free to be particularly important because of the position, the strategic position of Dubai. It's the centre of the world, it's a global hub that connects 250 cities, and it's really the meeting place between the East and West.
Its relationships set Dubai Duty Free apart from the beginning. When Dubai Duty Free was first established, it worked closely with the small shop operators that had been at the airport, and to this day some of those traders are among its suppliers. Al Jaber Gallery was among them, and was at first a major supplier to the fledgling duty-free operation, as Mr. Al Jaber Sr. recalls.
Maybe that time I supply 50%. 50% I come today, more come little duty-free, bring direct from Japan, from duty-free. Few I am happy. Most I am souvenir supply to duty-free shop.
Of the 100 management and employees who were there on that memorable December day in 1983, 44 still remain. For each and every one of them, working with Dubai Duty Free has been a life-changing experience.
It means a lot to me. It's very close to my heart, and I just hope I don't start crying. And of course, I have to say, the leadership of Mr. Colin McLaughlin, it's the success story of Dubai Duty Free evolved around him. That's all I want to say.
On a personal level, I would say it has meant a great thing for me. My son has now grown up. I could send him to US University for further education, and now he settled down well and is working there in Chicago. I would not be imagining myself when I joined as accounts assistant, and now I am being the manager of finance. So it has been a great opportunity for me. And this would not have been possible without support of Mr. Colin McLaughlin and George Horan and my immediate boss, Bernard Creed.
30 years of my journey with Dubai Duty Free and growing so well itself is a big achievement, and it's like my second home. And I don't know when I resign how I'm going to feel, because I'm so attached to Dubai Duty Free. It's like a home, like every day you look forward to come to work. Not even a single day where I felt that enough, I want to go back now, I'm tired. Never felt that. Every day is a new day, and it's very inspiring.
Dubai Duty Free for me now is like a family, a great family, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of it. With being at Dubai Duty Free, I was able to support my family back home, my siblings, and my own family here. And these all happened because of the support and the guidance of our Executive Vice Chairman, Mr. Colin McLaughlin, and Mr. George Horan, the President.
But Dubai Duty Free's story is not just about its management and employees. It's also about their families, many of whom made great sacrifices to ensure their partners' success and that of the company. None more so than the wives of Colin McLaughlin and George Horan. Breda McLaughlin vividly recalls the environmental shock when she arrived in Dubai.
It was so hot. I thought I wouldn't spend 1 week in this place. It was desert, and you got a chance of meeting local people, which you don't do now. I loved that because they're very hospitable people. They were very like the Irish. They were into their families and into their religion, and they were very warm and very giving people. So I loved that part of it. Yes. You don't have that chance today.
Did Breda McLaughlin have any idea way back then that Dubai Duty Free would become the world powerhouse it is today?
No, never in a million years, because it was such a small little place then. But my husband believed it, and if he said it was true, I believed him. He was very inspired by the McToon family, because they were very forward-thinking, and they looked after their people and looked out for the future for them. So he had great hope when he saw that the way they were treated and how they thought and planned things.
These days, Dubai Duty Free is the toast of the TFWA World Exhibition held each year in Cannes and the glamour event in the Duty Free calendar. But things were very different back in the mid-1980s, as Breda recalls.
Nobody wanted to know us. We're from some outpost that nobody ever heard of. And we were lugging catalogues and trying to put them on counters and people throwing them back at you. And then when I go around again, I'd find them in the trash can and pick them up and put them out again. But one person that was very good to us was Sarah Branchino. She was very kind and generous with her time and gave us space in the office so we wouldn't have to lug the catalogues back to the hotel in the evenings. And for that, I want to say a big thank you to Sarah.
For Carmel Horan, a young woman with 2 young boys, the transition was much more difficult than for her husband.
It was difficult for everybody at the time. We just missed our families and our friends, but then you make new ones. Of course, you knew everybody. You know, if you were passing through, they all knew our names. If you went to church, you met them in church or out town, because the town was small then. The only shopping mall was the El Guerrier, which we used to go into. Oh, the difference now and then, I mean, is just unreal. I just came for 1 year, and he actually dragged me out. And he'll have to drag me back now the same way. I'm not leaving.
Over the past 30 years, Dubai Duty Free has won over 300 awards, corporate awards, management awards, individual awards, sporting awards, humanitarian awards, and many, many others. Besides the incredible success Dubai Duty Free has generated in its own right, the retailer has been a formidable and pioneering voice in promoting the Emirate of Dubai to the world.
The government were very clear. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed was the Minister for Defence that time and was naturally in charge of the airport. And before we opened the duty free, we had an audience with him, and he made it quite clear our duty was to make Dubai duty free the best duty free in the world. It was the beginning of a lot of talk in Dubai about quality service and quality product, and that was very high on his agenda. And secondly, that some of our resources and our time was to be spent on promoting Dubai. And there was no question but the airport was to grow and the duty free was to become a very big part of the marketing of Dubai.
But it didn't just happen. Right from the start, the government ensured that such all-important promotion would be properly funded.
You know, we spend about nearly 2.5% of our revenue on the brand itself, on the promotion of the duty free, and also on Dubai. And you see that the Dubai duty free is really involved in golf, horse racing, internationally and locally, and many other events.
We were perhaps one of the first doing it because, like I said earlier, we were before a lot of the companies. There was no tourist board or anything like that here at the time. We identified one thing as sport as being a decent thing to do, something that people, the population locally would be interested in.
Dubai Duty Free's promotional drive through popular car raffles and prize draws has also proved hugely successful.
That was the expansion in 1989, the car promotion. Until today, I think we are the second or maybe the first longest promotion ever in the airport. We had a lot of demand, a lot of letters from the passengers and the frequent travelers that this is good, why don't you guys make it as a continuous promotion? And until now, we have done more than 1,500 cars over many years.
Of all the external activities that Dubai Duty Free is associated with, the biggest are undoubtedly tennis and horse racing. In tennis, it runs professional championships on the men's tour and the women's tour, regularly attracting the biggest names on the circuit.
For the last 10 years, we have won 9 awards for best tournaments of the year. So a lot of players, they come here because the weather is good, the hospitality, the city itself, the way we deal with the players, our staff, the flexibility of booking the courts, the stadium, So there are many aspects why the players, they come and they play Dubai every year.
Dubai Duty Free was also a trendsetter in its support for the men's and women's tours.
So we thought it's a great thing to start from Dubai, and I think we were the first tournament after the Grand Slams to have the equal prize money. We thought, okay, let's make it $1 million, both of them. One of the marketing campaigns that we always talk about, and we're very proudly saying it, that when we did in 2005, the PR piece with Roger Federer and Agassi playing on the helipad of the Burj Al Arab. I think still until now, many TVs, many institutions talk about it, and this is very, very good for Dubai, a very good campaign for the United Arab Emirates, and it was a great campaign for the whole sport in the world. We spent less than $25,000 to make it happen, but the impact that we got it was over $25 million in all over the world, all the different type of media.
Of course, Dubai Duty Free is the most important brand as far as we're concerned, but we're very, very mindful of the fact that we're also promoting Dubai. And that again is repeated time and time again. So when we go to Newbury for our horse racing, or to the Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby, with the title sponsor of that big racing event, we're not just talking about Dubai Duty Free, we're talking about how fantastic Dubai is. You know, we team up with DTCM, we talk to the airlines, and we're promoting the whole package basically. It's crucial to us that we get TV media exposure. Again, it's for Dubai and for Dubai Duty Free. But of course, for the big ticket items, for the big sponsorships, there's certain things we have to look at. The return on investment is very important. We have to be able to say we've got X amount of US dollars worth of TV coverage, of print media exposure that is of value to Dubai and for Dubai Duty Free.
Dubai Duty Free has also become synonymous with some of the world's great horse racing events, both at home and abroad. It is a major supporter of the annual Dubai World Cup, the richest horse race anywhere in the world. It sponsors 3 major meetings in the UK, the Dubai Duty Free Stakes and the Dubai Duty Free International Race Day at Newbury, as well as the Dubai Duty Free Shergar Cup at Ascot. And since 2008, the company has paid homage to its strong Irish connections with its sponsorship of the Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby at the Curragh Racecourse. By 2011, Dubai Duty Free had evolved into far more than just an airport retailer. To its already diverse sports interests, it had added the management of entertainment complexes, bars and restaurants.
There was a club built by the government. We were asked to manage the club. It's called the Aviation Club. It's been there for 21 years, and we have been managing that club. On the grounds, because we owned a tennis tournament, which was one of our sponsorship thing, we built a tennis stadium. Because we built a tennis stadium, underneath it we built an Irish bar and restaurant called the Irish Village. And on the other side we provided space for about 10 different restaurants, which we call the Century Village. And that was the beginning, if you like, of what we now call the Dubai Duty Free Leisure Division. The Irish Village is probably one of the most successful bars and restaurants in Dubai. We employ 68 staff there, 22 of whom are Irish, because it's an Irish bar and that's what we want to do. It is a gorgeous facility. Linked on with the tennis stadium, we run events there, we run concerts there, we've had river dance there, we've had Bryan Adams sing there, we've had Jerry Halliwell sing there, we've had Cliff Richard sing there.
But such an ambitious business was never going to stop there. In 2012, the company opened the Jumeirah Creekside Hotel, one of Dubai's latest luxury destinations.
We have a contract with the Jumeirah Hotel Group to manage it for us, and they're working there very successfully. It is a 5-star property, it has 292 bedrooms, and one of the big boasts about this hotel is that the bedrooms are all about 55 square meters in size, which is kind of 7-star really.
People have always been key to the philosophy and the success of Dubai Duty Free. Staff can make or break a business, they can charm or deter a customer, something Dubai Duty Free has always recognised. Today the company employs some 6,000 staff, most of them from overseas.
I believe the team of staff at Dubai Duty Free are the best team of staff in the duty-free industry. And that's not by accident. We have invested a lot of money in benefits for the staff, in accommodation for the staff, in training programs for the staff. We have become known as a favoured employer. I'm very proud of our staff. I love that they've been able to progress. We introduced many years ago an internal promotion policy. So we have not recruited into Dubai Duty Free anybody at a senior level for 13 years. And all our duty managers, our supervisors, senior supervisors, several of our senior managers are all people that started with us.
People matter. We always say that to each other. We always recognize the fact that we cannot have the results that we're having without the people who work for us. We also recognize the fact that happy employees make happy customers. They're in a better mood and frame of mind to deal with customers in a good way if we treat them properly. I think the fact that we didn't retrench or made redundant one person during the crisis helped a lot, again, to reinforce to staff that we're serious when we say we do care about people. Do you practice what you preach? Do you walk the talk? And I'm happy to be part of a company where we do actually walk the talk.
Operations Director Sean Staunton has fond memories of the opening of Concourse B at Dubai International.
Prior to then, our sales were about 3 million dirhams per day. It was all very exciting, but you could say almost overnight we doubled. There was 1,800 staff joined the shop floor in in the space of 8 months, and the operation doubled. And I would like to think that the most important part of my job was to try to retain the culture of the shop floor while all of this happened. You had staff joining the company that were anything from 18 to 25, very young, maybe inexperienced at times, and trying to get them to fit into the culture of Dubai Duty Free was a key part of my role.
Our employees are ultra important to us, and they're the frontline face of the company. And we do our best with Mr. McLaughlin to try and make their life as comfortable as possible. Like ourselves, they're all away from home. They have longings and needs for home, yet they have to be here for at least 1 year before they go on holidays. So we think that it's best for us to make them as happy as we can.
In the next few years, we're adding another $1 billion to our sales, 96 million passengers in 2020. So it's a hugely changing business. There's lots of moving parts to it. But the numbers are clear, and they will guide us, the number of passengers going through the airport. So exciting times for everybody, I think. But I hope, and I really hope, that the soul and the family culture that's been built around Colm and George stays with us.
Dubai Duty Free has always placed huge emphasis on corporate social responsibility.
We started doing things many, many years ago and helping people out. Formally in 2004, when we were 21, I think, we made our own Dubai Duty Free Foundation. It is official. The patron of it is my boss, His Highness Sheikh Ahmed. We have given away in the last couple of years more than $7 million US. We have supported 67 different charities, and some of them are ongoing. We have helped, for example, to support the duty-free industry in the school they built in Haiti. The sports complex there, which is being built right now, will be known as the Dubai Duty Free Sports Complex. We have helped to build a school in Kathmandu. We have 26 children in full-time education, some in Vietnam, some in Mongolia, and several in some of the handicapped schools in Dubai. We have been a supporter of the Smile Train project for cleft palate operations. We have rebuilt 2 clinics in the Philippines in relation to Smile Train. We have been a supporter of Sight Savers for many years and have been responsible for resighting like in excess of 50,000 people with cataract operations or whatever.
And when you see all they do for the people all over in India, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, here in Dubai, the Philippines, that really is such a lovely feeling, and you can make billions of dollars, but if you don't give back something, then it's not worth it.
Well, I think the Dubai Duty Free Foundation has spurred the wider travel retail industry into action. Here was a retailer not just talking the talk about corporate social responsibility, but walking it. And they've done great things. They've pledged huge amounts of money.
It's something that we don't advertise, we talk about it in conversations, but it really connects with our staff. It's children-centric, it connects with the demographic of staff that we have working with us in overseas countries also. And it's in moments like that that you realise that you're greater than the sales, you're greater than the success. And it's something that makes us connect with the company, and it makes us feel like a family, and it's got an emotional heart.
Like the city and the emirate that it represents, for Dubai Duty Free the future is never far away. Having opened its operations at the cutting-edge Concourse A at Dubai International at the beginning of its anniversary year, plans for a number of other big projects are now being realised.
The future is, I think, very positive. Right now at the airport, Concourse D is being built. It will be finished in just over a year from now. Dubai Duty Free will have an additional 6,000 square metres of space there.
By the year 2020, I would expect us to have sales of probably $3.5 billion. We probably have about 7,500 employees. And we would be running the duty-free operations in Concourse A, Concourse B, Concourse C, Concourse D, which is opening in the beginning of 2015, Dubai World Central. So within the existing airport, we would be managing the retail in all of these areas. And we would also hopefully by then have a strong online business, where we are dipping our toe in the water. So 2020 for us would be a major milestone.
Concourse D will add capacity needed for the airport's impressive growth forecasts. But Dubai Duty Free's future does not lie at Dubai International alone. In October 2013, a brand new airport was opened, Dubai World Central Al Maktoum International. It will eventually become the world's biggest passenger airport and help take Dubai Duty Free's business to new heights.
We are putting 2,500 square metre duty free there. But the eventual plan is 64,000 square metres of retail space there. There is a government decree in place which says that Dubai Duty Free will be the sole operator of retail activities at both airports. So we are projecting in our 10-year plan, we're projecting by 2018 we will have sales of $3 billion US, and we will have 7,000 or 8,000, 9,000 staff. By 2018, we're going to be selling 150 million pieces of merchandise. We're going to be managing 300,000 pallets from our store every year. It means we're going to be doing 40 million transactions on our registers. It means we're going to have 8,000 or 9,000 staff working for us and all the backup facilities that are there. Right now we own 735 apartments for some of our staff in Discovery Gardens. 5 or 6 years from now we might own 2,000 apartments in Dubai. So there's a lot that goes into doubling our sales, but we're quite ready for it.
It's been a remarkable journey, and one that few could have predicted. Not even Colin McLaughlin, but then he was never going to shy away from such a challenge.
If something comes along and you don't make an effort to grab it, then you regret it forever. I have never regretted 1 minute coming to Dubai.
I would like first of all to congratulate everybody for 30 years, and I think we always expect from our people to contribute more and more to become successful.
To become a leader in a 30-year period in anything is very special, but to do it in something so competitive as travel retail globally is quite spectacular, really.
Colin, it's a long number of years since you left Shannon, and Shannon, all the people down there are very proud of what you have done. Yourself and George, you now have ended up with one of the largest and most exciting duty-frees in the world. It's a credit to you.
I'd like to say congratulations to everybody, particularly the people who started this business 30 years ago. You're amazing. For everybody that's come after that, we're all one big family, and congratulations, and let's celebrate.
It's been a great, great journey, and I wish the whole of Duty Free, Colin and his great team, continued success and great prosperity.
مبروكين على هالعمل الجيد اللي عملونه وخلوه أحسن مطار في العالم الواقع، أحسن مطار وأكبر مطار، وإن شاء الله في زيادة إن شاء الله، وشيء يشرف البلاد ويشرف شعب الإمارات. شكرا جزيلا على هذا الشيء.
مبروكين.
مبروكين إن شاء الله.
It's a dream. I never dreamed that Dubai duty free would become this big.
You can change people within a business relatively easily, but it's very, very difficult to change the culture of an organisation. And I think the Dubai Duty Free's culture is something that really is absolutely extraordinary. So congratulations to you all.
Happy 30th anniversary Dubai Duty Free. My regards to Colum, Salah and all of the tennis team, and thank you for supporting women's tennis.
Congratulations Dubai Duty Free on your 30th anniversary, and thank you very much for all your support on the women's tennis.
Happy 30th anniversary, Dubai Duty Free. Congratulations, Colum, Salah, and everyone on the WTA tennis team.
Congratulations to Dubai Duty Free for the amazing 30 years. It's a great company, supports its staff, its management and the community. And I've just been so lucky to be involved with it personally and professionally. So well done Dubai Duty Free on 30 great years.
First 30 years have been fantastic years of achievement on every level, from commercial success to corporate social responsibility. Long may it continue.
Like Dubai Duty Free has been a very, very big part of my life over the last 13 years. It's moulded me professionally, but as well as personally. And particularly Colum and George have done a lot to help me, not just within the duty free, but the Irish society, the Irish community, whether it's the Dubai Irish Society or the Dubai Celts. So they've encouraged me to grow as a person, as a human as well. So I have nothing but best wishes for Dubai Duty Free and everyone in Dubai Duty Free.
Anniversary message for Dubai Duty Free would be to wish more and more success in the next 30 years to come. We have had a fantastic time in the last 30 years, and I would wish for Dubai Duty Free to have same or more success in the next 30 years.
You cannot find a better company in Dubai than working in Dubai Duty Free.
I think today Dubai Duty Free, everybody talks about it. It is not only the retailer in the airport, but it's as good as any brand worldwide and as good as any cities in the world. Dubai Duty Free has done a lot, and it's into everything from the marketing campaign to the airport, retailer, and into the event worldwide.
Well, I would like to wish George and Colum and the staff all the best, really and truly. They have been fantastic and made my life fantastic, so I wish them all the best in the future.
I mean, it's an amazing journey for me and for Colum and for all of us, and it made a big difference to our lives. It's an unbelievable story. From the very beginning to 30 years later, I can't believe it.
I think there's no one reason why it has become successful. There are many reasons, I would think. You know, first of all, I think the leadership of the boss, Mr. McLaughlin, has been very instrumental in the success of the company. His strategy and his thinking and his fairness, I think, throughout 30 years, have moved us all, really. The growth of Emirates Airlines, as we all know, is unbelievable. And of course, Dubai Airport itself has evolved to keep abreast of this growth.
I did know it would be successful. I didn't think it would be the biggest operation in the world for a few years more.
Salutation to Colum and his team, and I would love to see a great party given to them for 30 years of completion of work. All I can say to Colum and his team, thank you very much, Colum, for really taking this legacy to another level. So long live Dubai, and long live everybody who has supported Dubai in many ways.
Took the chance.